Me today. Let me see. There we go. So we are going to do an active recovery session today. So just come down onto the mat, become nice and comfortable, and I'll talk you through what we're doing. I'll also give you a little bit of background on myself and my dance career as well, just to kind of put everything into context and explain why it's so important. I came with a couple of notes tonight because I knew I would just go off on a tangent and then forget what I was going to say. So just get nice and comfortable, crossing one leg in front of the other. If you have a yoga mat, if you don't, just get nice and comfortable on the ground. We're just going to wiggle our sitting bones in to the ground and wave our spine nice and long. So the way that we do that is just by waving in with our low belly to lengthen the spine. That one's also a really good one to do before you start dancing as well, and pull back your shoulders. So relax the shoulders as well, and just sit here and get nice and comfortable. So active recovery is really important because dance is high impact, so that means that it puts a lot of stress, tension, and inflammation on your muscles and joints, which is important for you to progress and transform. But also, if you keep carrying that from one week into the next, that is what also causes injury. So we don't want that. So it's really, really important that after a week of training and pushing your body to the absolute limit, that you allow it to rest and recover and come back to balance again before your next training week ahead. So that's what we do. Active recovery is just about moving our bodies in a nice, slow and gentle way to get more oxygen into our body and allow the blood to flow around nice and evenly to all of the muscles, all of the connective tissues, to allow them to repair. So it's quite simple, really. There's not too much to it, and because you're all dancers, you'll get into the flow of things nice and easily as well. Let me see what else that we can talk about today as well. So the other thing that is really important is your mindset and your belief system. And once you start to cultivate deeper core beliefs about yourself, that you're good enough and that you're worthy and that you deserve to have all of the success in your life and in your dance career, then it means that you will naturally have thoughts, behaviors, actions, and habits that align with that. So sometimes what we try to do is we make it really hard by trying to change our thoughts and our behaviors and our habits without changing the underlying core belief. And once we change that belief, then everything that we need kind of starts to grow and flower from that. So this is also what yoga helps us do. It helps us connect back into like the deeper core levels of ourselves, the part of us that knows that we deserve to have the absolute best, to achieve all the success that we want from dance. And we're working with our mindset, because when our body is nice and relaxed, then we can start to bring in some beliefs about ourselves using affirmations. I am worthy. I'm deserving of success. I do not let my fears hold me back. So that's what we're doing today. So just get nice and comfortable. I'll throw in a little bit of music in the background just to help you relax. And if you need any water or anything as well, just grab that now as well. Let me see, just sharing my screen here. You can let me know if this is playing too loud in the background as well. So again, just becoming nice and comfortable, giving yourself a chance to settle and relax. And take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. One more, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Just really let your shoulders drop and relax. Start to bring your focus and your attention out of your busy mind and back into your body. And if it feels comfortable for you, you can begin to close your eyes or just find a point on the ground that you would like to focus on. Just keep taking those nice deep breaths. And now that we're at the end of our week, if there's anything that you feel that you're ready to let go of, no matter how big or small it is, I want you to imagine placing that into a bubble and just watching it float far, far away. Away from your body and away from your mind. Taking a nice big deep breath in. And on the breath out, really imagining that bubble floating far, far away. And now that we have created some space within ourselves, just bring your attention to something that you feel really grateful for this week, or bring attention to whatever your biggest goal or dream is right now. And allow that feeling to begin to fill up your entire body. So what we're doing is training our minds on how to redirect our attention from something that may be negative or taking up a lot of space in our minds, and redirecting it towards what we want, the things that serve us, that help us grow, and that make us stronger. And before we begin, we will do a couple rounds of inhales and exhales. So what this does is really help calm down all of the systems within our bodies. And it also helps strengthen the lungs and our control of breath, which is very important during our dance practice. So just breathing in through your nose, down into your stomach, and breathing back out. Nice deep inhales and exhales in through the nose, and out through your mouth. In through your nose, and out through your mouth. And just keep flowing with your own natural rhythm. Every exhale allowing you to let go that little bit further and become a little bit more relaxed. And while we feel nice and relaxed, our mind is at its most receptive. So we are going to repeat our affirmation to ourselves a couple of times before we begin, which is, I do not let my fears hold me back. So just keep repeating that to yourself as you breathe in and out. I do not let my fears hold me back. And if your eyes have been closed, just gently open them, come back to center, to where you're sitting. And if you need to readjust your seated position, just wiggle around for a second. Make sure that those hips and the hip flexors are nice and open and we're not crunching down and forwards on them. Shake everything out, just become nice and relaxed. Take this time out for yourself today, for your mind, for your body. And we'll begin by just inhaling to reach our arms up and overhead. Relax the shoulders as well. And just rock from side to side as we begin to open up through your spine. And this is important as well because we keep our upper body so tense and tight during our dance practice, and it becomes really compressed, so it's so important that we begin to open it up properly again. And just come back to center, open the arms back down again. We'll do 2 more here, reaching up. And back down, that's it. Perfect, 1 more. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, release. And just circle your shoulders backwards, nice and gently, that's it. And forward. And drop the chin towards the chest, but not the whole way down. And just begin to move your head nice and slowly from side to side, that's it. Getting into all those little areas that hold a lot of tension and tightness. And slowly bring your head back to center again. Bring the hands into a prayer position just in front of your chest. Wave your spine nice and long again, just moving in from that low belly until you find that length. From here, begin to turn to the side, just from your ribs. Keep the low back where it is, keep it nice and straight, and drop the hands to either side. And allow yourself to relax here for a second. Do that little movement to wave your spine nice and long again, and then walk the hands a little bit further around without pushing or forcing anything. So as dancers, we're always on the go, so you might be finding it a little bit hard to slow down today, but just roll with it. Walk the hands back to center, and we'll repeat that on the other side. Hands come to the heart center. Wave the spine nice and long. Begin to twist to the side, just moving from the ribs. Drop those hands nice and gently, that's it. Wave that spine nice and long again. And begin to turn into it a little bit deeper. So just meeting your body where you're at today. If it's a little bit sore or tight, we don't want to push or force anything. We just want it to open up nice and slowly and softly. Walk the hands back to center. This time, open the arms up nice and wide, opening the chest up slightly. And then we'll bring the arms in front, giving ourselves a little hug as we round through the top of the spine. Open the arms back up again. And opposite arm on top this side as we hug our body, that's it. Last time, open them up nice and wide, open up through the chest and hug the body. And just stay here for a second, moving from side to side. You'll feel that opening through all of the areas of the spine as well. Nice deep breaths if you can. And drop the arms. From here, we are going to make our way onto our back. So just take your time to roll yourself down onto your mat. Roll the shoulders down your back until they feel nice and comfortable. And allow your spine to become nice and long. You'll have a natural curve under your low back, so just keep that there where it is. Don't push that pelvis or low belly into the mat. Just keep everything where it is. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose and back out. And begin to bring your knees in towards your chest and just rock them from side to side for a second. Keep that right knee towards the chest. Bring the left leg down onto your mat. And bring the 2 hands behind the right leg. That's it. And begin to lengthen it up towards the ceiling, but just keep a nice bend through that knee for now so that we can protect those hamstrings. And we will do some circles with the ankle one way to begin to open up those ankle joints. Just keep that nice bend through the knee And move the ankle the other way, that's it. And begin to flex and point the foot as well. And when you flex that foot, you'll feel a stretch going through the calf. Just really take your time with it. Bend that knee back in towards the chest and just move it with the hands from side to side. So we're just working through that hip joint now to open it up a little bit further. That's it. And bring the left hand to the right knee and bring the right knee across the body into a little twist. Your back will lift and twist off of the mat, but just keep the two shoulder blades in contact with the ground. That's it. One more nice deep breath in here. And back out again. That's it. Come back to center and we will repeat that on the other side. So drop that right leg onto the mat. Left knee comes into the chest. Take your time. Grab around to the back of the left hamstring to support the leg and begin to lengthen it, keeping a bend in that knee. And circle the ankle out. Perfect. And the opposite direction. And begin to flex and point that toe. That's it. And bend that knee back in towards the chest. And just move that knee from side to side, really opening up through that hip joint. And be nice and slow and nice and gentle with your body today. Right hand comes to that left knee and we twist it across the body. And keep both of those shoulder blades on the mat. Perfect. And with all of these poses, just see how far you can relax into them, how much you can let your body go. And if your mind begins to wander, just keep bringing it back into your breathing and into your chest. And release that leg. Bring the soles of the feet up onto the mat. Drop the knees over to one side. And from here, we are going to slowly come up and come onto our hands and knees. Take your time. So from here, our wrists will be underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath our hips. And just lift up through that low belly again to protect that low back. If you have any wrist pain right now, just slowly back off those wrist joints slightly. Extend the right leg out nice and straight and press out through the right heel to begin to open up through the back of the right leg. Just take nice deep breaths and from here, begin to rock forwards and backwards. That's it. Release that leg and extend the left leg, pressing out through that heel. Keeping that nice flat back. And begin to rock forwards and backwards. That's it, keep it going. So I got into yoga because I got a really bad injury when I was on tour with Lord of the Dance, and I had to leave dance for a while, and it really helped me heal my body, learn a lot more about how to look after my body and my mind. And so it's so important that you know how to do that as well, so that you can have really nice long lasting careers and dance for as long as you possibly can. And just release that leg, bring the two big toes together, walk the knees out nice and wide, and slowly bring yourself back onto your heels. That's it. Walk the hands out nice and long and bring the forehead onto the mat. So we're resting here in child's pose. Nice deep breaths. Take a nice deep inhale in through your nose, and on the breath out, just really allow your body to let go and completely relax onto the mat. Just stay here for a couple of breaths. Allow yourself to relax. Breathing in through the nose and out through your mouth. And slowly make your way back up onto your hands and knees. Tuck your toes under, lift your knees, send the hips back into downward dog, and step the feet out from side to side. Nice deep breaths. Nice long spine. Begin to transfer the weight over onto that left foot as you extend the right leg up towards the sky, opening up through the knee, and circle that knee out. And go the other way. And come back to center. Step those feet out again. Bring the right knee in towards the chest. Lift up through the hips. And place that right foot over towards the right thumb, nice and wide. Drop the back knee and come into a nice low lunge. You can walk that back leg out a little bit further, depending on how deep you want to get into that hip flexor. But just take your time to see where you're at today. Again, no pushing or forcing anything. And when you find that nice level, just begin to rock from side to side. And take nice deep breaths. Walk the legs in closer together again. Tuck the back toes under. Slowly bring yourself up into a high lunge. Take your time. That's it. Really pressing down into those feet. We don't want to be leaning forward. Keeping that knee and ankle in a nice straight line. Reach the arms up and overhead. And if you need to, hold on to something and walk the feet in a little bit closer together. So if you have the right leg forward, drop the right arm and reach up a little bit further with that left arm. Getting right into the hip flexor, through the side of the body, through the psoas muscles. Nice deep breaths. That's it. Release, drop the hands back down to the mat bend that back knee. And just take a second here before you release that right leg back. And tuck the toes under, lift the knees, and we're back in downward dog. Keep that movement going from side to side. Nice deep breaths, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And breathing is so important because it brings us back into our body, and also the more oxygen we get in, the more that we can send that blood flow to the muscles and to the tissues to help them repair. Bend knees towards your chest, look forward, step up with the right leg and the left leg. Take your time, keep a nice bend in those knees. Shift the weight back slightly so we're not hanging out in our joints. Press down into your feet to slowly come up. That's it. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. And exhale. Nice deep breath out through your mouth. Bring the hands to the heart center. Just stay here for a second, really pressing the feet down into the ground. And as you do that, you'll feel your quad muscles engage and that length through your spine. Take one more deep breath in and back out. Release the hands. Begin to transfer your weight over onto this right foot. Really pressing down into all the corners of that foot. And from here, using our stomach muscles instead of our hip flexor, so I'll show you what the difference is. If you lift in and up through your core, and then lift that knee up, you are lifting the knee up with the core. But if you just lift the knee up, then you're just yanking it up with the hip flexor. So really press down into that foot, engage that core, lift it in and up through that low belly, and slowly lift that knee up. You can bring the hands onto the hips for balance, or you can hold on to something. It is completely up to you. And just allow that right ankle to begin to find its balance, so we can strengthen up through the ligaments all around that ankle, which is really important. You should really feel it wobbling and moving about. That's good. And from here, begin to circle that left hip open one way and back the other way. Begin to open up through the knee, so circle it out nice and wide, that's it. And the other way, so we're doing a bit of work on our joints. And then finally, the ankle. And slowly release that and just shake everything back out again. Press back down into those feet, bend the knees, hinge back from the hips, nice flat back, so you're pushing the hips right back as you come down, and slowly release the fingertips onto the mat. So just see where the hamstrings are at today. They could be a little bit tight after a week of practice. Nice deep breaths. Walk the hands over to the right, back to center, and over to the left, and back to center. And bring the forearms up onto the thighs here halfway, and just rock nice and gently from side to side. So if you try to stretch your hamstrings out too quick, then they'll actually freeze up on you for the rest of the day. So if you try to stretch out too soon when your body's cold before practice, and you try to overdo it with the hamstrings, then they'll just freeze to protect your body, so you won't actually get the flexibility that you were hoping for in your practice. So it's just really good to know how your body works and to know how to work with it instead of working against yourself. It's really hard to talk when you're upside down. Just keep moving from side to side. That's it. Drop those hands back down onto the mat again and move from side to side down here. Perfect, that's it. Bend the knees right down, press the palms onto the mat, and step it back into downward dog. Take your time. That's it. Step those feet out. You should be feeling that the backs of the legs are a lot more open now. You might feel a bit more freedom through those hamstrings as well. And just a little reminder of our affirmation for today, which is, I do not let my fears hold me back. Begin to transfer the weight over onto that right foot this time, extending that left leg up nice and long, and bend the knee. And nice big circles with the knee to open up that hip. And back the other way. And come back into downward dog. Step the feet out again. Relax everything. Bring that left knee up towards the chest. Lift up through the hips. That's it. And bring that left foot over towards the left thumb. And drop the back knee. So we're back into that low lunge again on the opposite side. You can walk that back leg out a little bit further if you need to. Just take your time to get into it. And begin to move from side to side. Keep a nice long spine. Keep that chest nice and open. So we don't want to round down through that upper back. Nice deep breath. One more here, in through the nose and out through your mouth. Tuck the back toe under and walk those legs in a little bit closer together. Keep those toes tucked under. Press down into the front foot and the back toes to begin to bring yourself up into a high lunge. Take your time and reach the arms up and overhead. If you need to, again, walk the feet in a little bit closer together. That's it. And if the arms are up in the air, just shake those shoulders out as well. Relax them. This time, if the left leg is forward, we're dropping that left arm and just stretching up a little bit more through the right side of the body, through the hip flexor and the psoas muscles. Two more breaths here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Last one, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Release those hands back to frame that front foot. Drop the knee. Bend that left leg back. And bring the two big toes together. Walk the knees out nice and wide. And come back into child's pose again. So just take your time. You can drop your forehead onto the mat, drop the elbows, relax, let everything go. And really the point of active recovery is to help you feel nice and relaxed. And you're bringing your body into recovery, and sometimes even while you're asleep, your body is not getting deep enough levels of recovery, so it's up to us to bring our body and our mind into a deep state of relaxation. One more nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And slowly come back up onto your hands and knees. Tuck the toes under. We're back in downward dog. And just begin to bend and to lengthen the legs. Nice and gentle, so don't lock the knees out. Bend the knees towards the chest, look forward, step with your right and with your left. Slide the knees and hips back slightly, press down into the feet. Slowly roll yourself back up. Inhale, reach up, lengthen through your whole body, open everything up. And exhale, hands come back down to the heart center. Perfect, and just stay here for another second. Finding your strength and finding your balance. Release the hands. From here, bring the feet in a little bit closer together. We're going to do a couple of calf raises. So coming up nice and high onto those toes. That's it, and come back down. So really, really take your time to get up there. Keep the spine nice and long and come down. That's it. And if you need to, you can hold on to something as well. And come back down. Come back up. And come back down. This time, turn the feet out. Come back up. That's it. And come back down nice and slow. Maybe bring those heels in a little bit closer together. Come up. Find your balance, shake around, it's all good. It means we're strengthening up our ankles. Come back down. Come back up. That's it. Beautiful. And come back down. We'll just do 3 more here in our own time. Coming up. And coming down. That's it. Last one. Come up. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come back down. This time, turn the feet facing straight on again. I know that feels really unnatural for a dancer. And we're going to reach up with the arms this time as we come up onto our toes. Nice deep breath in through the nose and back out. Nice long spine, relax those shoulders and reach up. It'll be harder to find your balance this time, and come back down and reach up and come down. Reach up for 3 and down for 4 and down. Last one and down. And this time repeating that again with the feet nice and turned out. Just give everything a little shake. Heels coming a bit closer together and reach up. And down. That's it. 2, up. And down. Keep it going. Relax those shoulders. Let go of any tension. And for 4, come down, and for the last one, try and hold it here. And you can just walk about from side to side there for a second, shifting your weight from foot to foot. Good job, and really shake everything out. Feet hip distance apart. Take a nice bend through those knees, hinge back from the hips and fold it forward. That's it. So as we come down, we're hinging back from the hips and coming down with our chest. And if that is pulling the hamstrings in any way, bend those knees. Take a nice little sway from side to side. And nice deep breaths. Take a nice bend through those knees. Place the hands onto the mat and step back onto the knees. From here, we are going to lower onto our stomach. Nice and gently, take your time. That's it. Bring the right arm in front of the body. Keep that chest lifted. Bend the left knee and reach around with the left arm to either grab the toes or the ankle, and from here we are just doing a little stretch through that quad. And if you want, you can bring the forehead onto that arm and allow the top of your body to just rest into the mat. If not, keep that chest nice and lifted. So you choose whatever feels best for you and your body today. Meeting yourself where you're at. And slowly release. Bring that left arm in front of the body this time. Bend the right knee. Reach around and grab either the toes or the ankle. And get a nice stretch through that quad muscle. And again, either keeping that chest nice and lifted or bringing the forehead down onto the hand. And release. Bring both of those arms in front of your body, placing one hand on top of the other, and rest your forehead onto the hands. Let your body relax and settle, let everything go. Take a couple of nice deep breaths here. Take a nice deep breath in, and on the breath out, completely let your body wake. Just relax onto the floor, onto the mat. Slowly lift the head up. Bring the hands back to either side of the chest. Roll the shoulders back. Press down into the hands to lift yourself back up. And come all the way back down into child's pose again, this time keeping the toes tucked under and sending those hips straight back. And forehead and elbows come down onto the mat. Nice deep breath. Slowly come back up and come back into that seated position where we started today. Take your time, there's absolutely no rush. That's it. So just waving in and up through that low belly to wave that spine up nice and long. Relax the shoulders, down the back. Nice deep breaths. Place the hands onto the knees. From here, we're just going to circle around with the chest and come back up again. That's it. Nice big circles. Nice deep breath. And come back around the other way. And so our affirmation for today is, I do not let my fears hold me back. And that one is really important because our fears are actually nothing for us to be afraid of. Just come back up to center, reach over to the side. Our fears are really just telling us what our deep inner beliefs are. And once we know those, we can change those. Just takes a little bit of work and persistence. So our fears are actually a good thing because they let us know what we kind of need to change, what we're ready to let go of if we need to change our inner talk. And over to the other side. Or if there's any kind of stories that we have about ourselves that we just need to let go of. That's it. Come back to center. Hinge forward from those hips again and walk the hands out nice and long. Keep that back nice and straight. Walk the hands over to one side. Back to the center again and to the other side. Slowly walk those hands back into center. This time, bring the soles of the feet together. Come up again nice and high on those sit bones. Bring the feet in a little bit closer to the body. And you can either grab onto the shins or you can wrap the hands around the feet. Whatever feels better. Just rock nice and gently from side to side. Open those hips up a little bit more before we leave our practice today. That's it. Just keep going from side to side, releasing any bits of tension through those hips. They get so tight from our dance practice because we have to turn our feet out so much. Creates a lot of tightness in the hips and in the pelvis and low back. So we're just putting everything back to how it should be. And release. Just stay up here without moving for a second, keeping that spine nice and long. Nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Perfect. If you need to, you can grab a quick drink. We're just going to make our way down onto our back and then finish our practice for today. So just grab a drink if you need to. And so we'll just have a really, really quick little mindset chat before we finish up today, just to kind of show you why it's so important and how when you can change what you think, feel and believe about yourself, then it changes your thoughts, your actions, your behaviours, your habits, just how you show up for yourself every day, whether that's for your schoolwork or for your dance practice. So with dance, everyone has their own goal or dream. Everyone has their own journey, their own struggles that they need to get through. So for me, mine was my self-belief and confidence. And so my biggest dream was always to be a lead dancer in Lord of the Dance, because my granny brought me to see the show when I was 6. But through my dance career, I really, really struggled with my confidence and with my self-belief, and just with nerves on competition days. I always felt like I just had a point to prove and I wasn't good enough, and just all of these different things that I know a lot of other people struggle with as well. But through learning more about yoga and mindset, all of that really just comes from your inner beliefs about yourself, or from different things that have happened to you as you grow up. So once you can identify what those beliefs are, then you can go right down and change them. And then once you change that belief, then you change your behaviours, your habits, your thoughts, what else? Your reactions, your emotions, your responses, so that you're kind of setting yourself up for success rather than failure. And so my dream was always to be lead in Lord of the Dance, and I got to achieve that in 2015. But even though I got to achieve that, I still didn't feel or believe that I was good enough when I finally got that dream. And so I didn't really get to enjoy it, and this is why I teach what I do, because it's such a big thing to be able to go out and achieve your goals and your dreams. But I don't want anyone else to get there and then not to be able to enjoy it because you just don't feel like you're good enough. So this is why mindset is so important. It's so important that you can kind of become self-aware of what your inner talk is like, start to flip it around, challenge it a bit, question why you're speaking to yourself in this way and what those underlying beliefs are. And then from there, you can begin to change them. You can begin to tell yourself nice things. You can begin to show up for yourself differently, change your behaviours, change your habits. So then when you do achieve whatever your dreams or goals are in life or in dance, you can fully and freely enjoy them, because deep down you have that self-belief and that you know you deserve it. So that is my little mindset chat for today. Please just have a little think about that after this practice today, because it's one of the most important things I've learned about confidence and believing in yourself. And we're just going to finish up now with a quick visualization before we leave. So just make your way onto your back if you want. Whatever position helps you get more relaxed. So you can stay here, sitting in the seated position. You can come onto your back and walk the legs out nice and wide, and walk the arms out wide as well. You can come onto your side and reach the arm out nice and long. Or you can come on down to the stomach so that the front of your body is facing the mat. So just take a second to move about for a second. I said a second a lot there. Just move about and see what one of those positions helps you relax the most. Take your time. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just keep that going for another couple of breaths until you become nice and relaxed and nice and comfortable. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just visualize a bright light coming in through the bottom up the right foot, through the sole of the foot, up through the ankle, over the calf muscle and the shin, over the knee, over the quads and the hamstring, and this light comes in through the sole of the left foot, up through the ankle, across the shin and the calf muscle, over the knee, over the hamstring and the quad muscle. And as this light moves around, it allows you to relax and to release any remaining bits of tension that you're holding in your body. This light moves through the hips and through the pelvis, through the low back, along the spine, along the chest, across the right shoulder, down the arm to the right fingertips, across the left shoulder, down that left arm, and down to the left fingertip. And up towards the neck and the head. And this light flows freely around your body, bringing you back to balance, allowing you to feel rested and relaxed, letting go of anything from the week. And now I want you to bring the focus back to yourself. I want you to imagine that you're walking through your favorite place in nature. So just take a second to visualize and identify where this is. A place where you feel safe and happy and free. And as you walk along here, you notice that you're holding strings in your hands. And when you look up towards the sky, you can see that these actually are a bunch of balloons. And these balloons represent all of your goals and dreams. And they also represent maybe some past experiences that you feel ready to let go of and leave behind. And if there's something that comes to mind that you're ready to let go of, you can just imagine yourself letting go of that balloon. And if you can't think of anything specific, just tell your mind that you're ready to let go of anything that no longer serves you and might be taking up any space or any energy in your mind. And you take a deep breath in through your nose. And on the breath out, you let these balloons fly away. And as you walk along, all that's left now are the balloons that represent all of your goals and all of your dreams. And this is just a reminder that all of your goals and all of your dreams are always there, within your reach. They're not going anywhere. And it's only up to you to make those things happen for yourself. Speak kindly to yourself and to show up for yourself every day as best as you can. And before we leave this place, repeating our affirmation to ourselves a couple more times, which is, I do not let my fears hold me back. I do not let my fears hold me back. One more time. I do not let my fears hold me back. And slowly begin to bring your attention back into your body and begin to wiggle your toes, your fingers. Take a nice deep breath in and just shake everything back out again. So thank you all for joining me. I hope you feel nice and relaxed. I hope that you kind of have a better idea of what active recovery is and why it's so important for your mind, for your body, and just for your career longevity, especially if you want to have a career in dance as well.